Hello, fourth graders. Today we're going to talk about how to interpret a multiplication equation. So we'll need our notebook page for that, and then we'll go through the rest. All right, our notebook, our work page for today. So we're talking about multiplication as comparisons. I can interpret a multiplication equation as a comparison. Do you know what an interpreter does? An interpreter is somebody who changes one language to another so that people can understand each other. So what we're really doing, we could take out that word interpret, and it means change. I can change a multiplication equation as a comparison. I can make it show it's comparing. So we're going to be on the lookout for a couple of key phrases, and they're going to tell us to either multiply or to show an equal sign. So if we see the phrase times, if we see the phrase groups of, multiply by, or product of, that means we're going to multiply. We're going to need a multiplication sign in there. If we see phrases like is, equals, equal to, or same as, we're going to replace those phrases with an equal sign. We're going to change things out by switching them, and we want to get it as close as we can to the real sentence. So let's do two practice ones together. So let's look at this phrase first. 45 is 3 times as many as 15. So now we're going to try and make it exactly the same, but with math signs instead of words. So I have my 45. I'm going to start with that because there's nothing else. So 45 is. Ooh, that is tells me equals. So instead of is, I'm going to put an equal sign. 3 times as many as 15. Well, I see a number next, so I'm going to need my 3. And that phrase, times as many as, tells me, oh yeah, times. Times means multiply by 15. I look at the next part, 15. So when I have 45 equals 3 times 15. That makes sense because that equals is meaning, is it the same on both sides? So what this is saying is 45 is equal to 45. Yup, those sure are equal. Sometimes they can be in front. Okay, so don't let it trip you up. Just thinking it's in front is wrong. As long as what it is on the other side of the equal sign does equal that, it's right. Okay? Now let's look at one where it doesn't start with a number. Let's look down here. The product of 3 and 5 equals 15. Well, there's that phrase, the product of. That reminds me, oh yeah, multiplication, product of. But I don't want to start with a multiplication sign. So I'm going to keep reading. 3 and 5. Oh yeah, I can show 3 times 5. The product of means multiply. 3 times 5. Now my next word is equals. Well, that tells me I need an equal sign. And then the last part is 15. So I have 3 times 5 equals 15. Well, 3 times 5 does equal 15. So we're going to interpret and change it part by part. Break it down and look little bit by little bit to make an equation. There are some that are going to seem backwards, and there's some that are going to seem normal. Both can be right, okay? So you try the next 5 on your own, and unpause the video when you're ready to see those answers. All right, next up we have 6 groups, so 6 times 8 is equal to 48. All right, then over here, we can have 63 is equal to equals 7 times 9. The product of 8 and 7 means 8 times 7 is equals 56. Now we have 4 groups of 5. 4 groups means multiply 5 is the same as means equals 20. And then the last one, 28 is, so equals 4 times 7. All right. So hopefully your translation skills are much better now, and you know how to change it from a phrase into an equation. So what you also have to do today is open up your long division centers and solve those. There's 9 slides, but 8 problems. The first one's just like a name slide. Okay? And then your homework is doing exactly what we just did in our notebook, okay? Making your equations for each one. There's only 10 of them, okay? So let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, have fun working on your interpreting and multiplication comparisons and your long division and multiplication centers. Bye.